Have you ever gazed at a bonsai tree, a majestic oak or a delicate maple, perfectly formed but fitting on your tabletop, and wondered, how is this even possible? It looks like magic, right? A full-size tree shrunk down by some mysterious force. Well, today we're pulling back the curtain and diving into the incredible science behind this living art. It's not magic. It's a fascinating dance of biology, patience, and technique. Let us start with the most basic question. How do you keep a tree that wants to be 50 feet tall, well, small? The answer lies in a concept that's fundamental to all plant life, apical dominance. In nature, the very top bud of a tree, called the apical bud, produces a hormone called auxin. Think of auxin as the boss hormone. It flows downwards, towing the buds below. Hey, I'm in charge here, don't grow too much. This is why many trees in a forest grow tall and straight, reaching for the sunlight with one main leader. Bonsai artists become masters of manipulating this very system. When we prune the top of a bonsai, we're essentially firing the boss. By removing that apical bud, the flow of auxin is disrupted. Suddenly, the lower and side buds, which were previously suppressed, get the signal to wake up and start growing. This encourages the tree to branch out sideways instead of just upwards, creating that dense, bushy, and mature look we associate with ancient trees. It's a constant conversation with the tree, using pruning shears to redirect its natural energy and shape its growth. But what about the leaves? A miniature tree with giant leaves would look pretty strange. So how do we get those tiny, perfectly proportioned leaves? This is where a few techniques come into play, all centered around managing the tree's energy and resources. One of the most effective methods is called defoliation. Yes, it is exactly what it sounds like, carefully removing all or most of the leaves from a healthy deciduous tree during the growing season. You might think this sounds stressful for the tree, and it is. That's why it's only done on strong, vigorous specimens. When the tree loses its leaves, it's forced to tap into its reserve energy to produce a new set. This second flush of leaves will almost always be significantly smaller. Why? Because the tree is working with limited resources and a shorter time frame before autumn. It's a survival mechanism. The tree says, okay, I need to photosynthesize, but I don't have the energy to build big, full-size leaves again, so I'll make smaller, more efficient ones. By repeating this process over several years, you can train the tree to consistently produce smaller foliage. Of course, none of this would be possible without the bonsai pot itself. That shallow container is more than just a pretty base. It's the primary tool for controlling the tree's growth engine, the roots. In the wild, a tree's roots can spread out for yards in every direction, searching for water and nutrients to fuel massive growth. In a bonsai pot, that space is severely limited. This root confinement is the cornerstone of miniaturization. A smaller root system can only absorb a limited amount of water and nutrients. This, in turn, restricts the amount of energy the tree has for creating new branches and large leaves. It's a simple input-output equation. Less fuel in means less growth out. This is why regular root pruning is so crucial. Every few years, a bonsai artist will take the tree out of its pot, trim back the thick, woody roots, and encourage the growth of fine, fibrous feeder roots. These smaller roots are much more efficient at absorbing nutrients in a confined space, keeping the tree healthy but compact. So we've controlled the height with pruning, shrunk the leaves with defoliation, and limited the overall size with the pot. But there's another piece to this puzzle, the branches and trunk. How do we get those gnarled, twisted shapes that mimic ancient trees battered by the elements? This involves techniques like wiring. Bonsai wire, usually made of aluminum or copper, is carefully wrapped around branches and the trunk. The wire acts like a brace, holding the branch in a new position. As the branch grows, its woody tissues harden around this new shape. After a few months or even a year, the wire can be removed, and the branch will hold its new dramatic form. This is how artists create those beautiful cascading branches or windswept styles. It's not about forcing the tree, but gently guiding its growth over time, allowing it to set into the desired shape. This process also creates tiny stress fractures in the bark, which heal over time to give the trunk and branches that aged, textured appearance. It's a way of accelerating the look of age. Let's tie it all together. Bonsai is a holistic practice where every action is interconnected. The small pot restricts the roots. The restricted roots limit nutrient uptake. Limited nutrients mean the tree can't support large leaves or rapid vertical growth. This lack of upward energy, combined with strategic pruning of the apical bud, diverts growth hormones to the side branches. This creates a dense, ramified structure. Defoliation then forces the tree to produce a second, smaller set of leaves, bringing everything into proportion. Finally, wiring guides these new, smaller branches into an aesthetically pleasing and naturalistic form. It's a delicate balancing act. You're constantly applying just enough stress to control the tree's size and shape, while also providing it with everything it needs to thrive: the right soil, the right amount of water, and the right light. You are essentially replicating the harsh conditions a tree might face on a mountaintop or a windy cliffside, but in a controlled, nurturing environment. The result is not a starved or tortured plant, but a healthy, thriving, and resilient tree that carries the appearance of great age and wisdom in miniature form. So the next time you admire a bonsai, remember the incredible science at work. It's a testament to the adaptability of nature and the patience of the artist. It's a living sculpture shaped by an understanding of plant hormones, energy management, and controlled stress. It's a beautiful collaboration between human hands and the fundamental laws of biology. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of bonsai. I hope it's given you a new appreciation for these miniature marvels. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Let us know in the comments what other bonsai mysteries you'd like us to explore. Until next time, keep growing.